had guided for. So we'll see how that goes. But let's address the news piece on your screen. You heard it first. Now it's official. Sudarshan Chemical is all set to acquire a business overseas. Vivek joins us to fill us in with those details. Vivek, congratulations. You hit the nail on the head. Tell us more about it.
Well, Nigel, that's right. So earlier we had informed you about how Sudarshan Chemicals, the Indian chemical player, was actually going to go ahead and look to acquire a larger listed entity as far as the European operations, or a global major as far as the pigment segment was concerned. And along expected lines, just some time ago, the news has hit the exchanges that Sudarshan Chemicals, the subsidiary of the company, will be acquiring the global pigment business operations of Heubach Group of Germany. This particular acquisition has actually been done from the insolvency resolution. Remember, the Heubach Group had actually filed for bankruptcy or insolvency, and the bid of Sudarshan was actually the best bid as per the insolvency, on the back of which they have received this particular, this particular portion of the business of the Heubach Group. What is it that they are paying? The Heubach Group overall total revenues was, FY21, FY22 was over 1 billion euros, but that is of the entire operations of the group. For only the pigment business of this particular entity, Sudarshan Chemicals is paying close to 127.5 million euros, which works out to 1,180 crore rupees. So it does appear to be quite an attractive, acquisition in terms of valuation. But again, we'll have to wait and watch by, in case the company does hold an analyst call, to get further details on the kind of valuations that they've actually paid to acquire this particular asset. What is it that the company, the combined entity, will have? They will have a comprehensive pigment portfolio of high quality products and a strong presence and they will have presence both in Europe as well as Americas. Company says that there will be 19 sites globally through which they will actually be getting access. When you're talking about the Heubach Group, 1 billion euros, like we mentioned, in FY21 and FY22, and they are present across Europe, Americas, as well as the Asia Pacific region. The main news is that, Sudarshan Chemicals actually goes ahead and increases capacity as well as presence quite significantly in the pigment business, and that, it'll be something very interesting to track going forward, how exactly they can go around and turn around this particular asset.
I mean, that is a rocketing Starship kind of move on the stock. 18% now. So just Vivek, what are annual revenues for Sudarshan right now, and the pigment business, what are the revenues annual?
Sudarshan business, the annual revenue, FY24 was close to 2,540 crore, and they did a PAT of a little over 350 crore. Heubach Colorants India, that will be the other stock in focus that we need to keep an eye out for. That is a listed entity within India, the owner of whom is actually the Heubach Group, the global listed entity. So over there too, there could be some changes as far as the ownership is concerned, and there could be an open offer too that gets triggered over there. Heubach Colorants is the one that we're talking about. Talking about the exact breakup of, Sudarshan Chemicals, the colorants business, I don't have it exactly. We'll just look for that particular one. Heubach Colorants India, they had annual revenues FY24 of 791 crore, profitability of around 40 crore. So again, it's a significant development. We'll wait and see, what the company says in terms of the analyst takeaways. What is the kind of acquisition what is the kind of valuation that they've paid for this particular acquisition?
And this colorants company is the pigments business, but they're acquiring the entire pigments business of the Heubach Group, right?
That's right.
Not just this.
Global pigment business of Heubach Colorants. Yeah. That's right.
Okay.
And Vivek, sorry, just to come back to the point on total. I think you said 1 billion euro is the total revenue of the Heubach Group. And what is the size of the pigments business, which is what Sudarshan is acquiring?
Well, that is the gray area, and that's what we need to find out for, because $127 million, close to 1,000 crore, they are paying, for the business, but the breakup is not given as far as the Heubach Colorants business is concerned. But we do understand that, it's the majority portion as far as Heubach Colorants is concerned. The total global revenues, which is what, again, we had highlighted earlier, the total global operations, FY21, FY22, had turnover in excess of 1 billion euros. So we'll wait and watch by, in case there are more details that do come in, or in case there's an analyst meet, etc., that is held, so that we get more details on that front.
20% now, by the way, on the stock. So, Sudarshan, I remember there were some notes, etc. as well. Did we have an estimate of what they could likely pay? They're paying just under 1,200 crores. So is this in line with what was put out, or was there a number in the first place?
Well, there wasn't a number because it was a closed bid. We understand that they had given to the insolvency, resolutions. But we do understand, given the fact that there aren't too many players in this particular space, we understand that the competition was limited. And we also understand that there were very few bids that had received. And Sudarshan had emerged as the highest bidder. And, the bid was quite aggressive compared to, the other bids that Heubach, the insolvency resolution professional of Heubach had received.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so Vivek, it would be lovely to get a that's great information. We'll try and get an analyst as well to talk to us about this, but that's the story. Volumes have also exploded. I mean, so the move has come on the back of sharp volumes. It's limit up on Sudarshan Chemicals. That's a very large one coming through. 15 lakh shares now, almost on that one. And of course, 10 lakh shares on Heubach, Colorants, the India subsidiary.